Okay, so I have a hard question today. While we wait for everybody to join us, class, it's kind of a rough, little kind of not as concrete as usual. So think about it before you answer, right? Can you describe what cultural blending means? And can you think of an example? So just pop it in the chat. Hi, Tiana. What do you think cultural blending is, you guys? What the heck does that mean? Hi, Madison. Hi, Ray, Troy, Malik, Trayvon. How you guys doing? Kinsley, Elijah, Troy. What do you mean, Ray? Explain it to me. Joe Marion, ¿cómo estás? I have a hard question, you guys. Yes, Kinsley, that's good. Yes, 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 good, Tiana. Can we think of examples? If you can't explain what you think it means, maybe an example. I'm just taking roll while you guys are thinking. Maybe an example. Cultural blending. Can you think of something? Trayvon, doing all right today? Oh, Tiana. Did you just get them? Is that what they did to you? Is that what they did to you? Yes? Oh, good, Ray. That's perfect. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope they gave you, what did they tell you, to take something for the pain, I'm hoping? Yeah, good, Madison. That's perfect. Anybody else think of examples of how culture gets kind of blended together? Yeah, it's always just having to get used to it too, right? I mean, it's not just about, like got to eat differently and all of that, right? Until it feels normal. The shake full of, I don't know what that is, Trigger. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes, you're right, but I don't know what that is. Shake full of something. I don't know that word. Yes, you guys are good. You guys got this. Yay, good job. Fruit. Oh, fruit. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yep. Yeah. I got you. Buenos días a todos. Ethan, how are we today? Okay. All right, clase. So your answers about what can you describe like cultural blending or give an example? You guys are absolutely right on target. And I cannot tell you how impressed I am, because that's not an easy question to answer. Okay. Today is Halloween, right? But we are also in this sort of week of what we call Dia de los Muertos, right? Day of the Dead celebrations is actually a week-long thing. It's a week-long like preparation, okay, up until the day, right? They're not the same thing. Halloween and Dia de los Muertos are not the same thing, okay? And so that's kind of one of the things I want us to look into today. Now I need somebody to remind me, because every day I'm getting older. Yesterday when we were together, we did not start anything about Dia de los Muertos, did we? We just worked on our family tree thing. Is that right? Who remembers yesterday? Remind me. I don't want to repeat myself. Belle, you remember? Kinsley? Ethan? Yes, we just worked on our family tree, Kindle. Okay. All right. That's what I thought. Okay. I wrote it down, but then, my head. Okay. So let's just kind of frame what it is we're going to talk about. We're going to look at Dia de los Muertos today, but I want to add, we have to kind of put it in context of cultural blending. That's what this question is for. Okay. And you guys are telling me that it's a blend of cultures. It's like we take things from other cultures and we kind of put them together. Somebody gave the example of pizza, which is absolutely correct. Okay. Right. We know pizza comes from Italy, or at least the way we have pizza today comes from Italy and that. But in America, we make things like pepperoni pizza. Okay. Well, if we were to go to Italy, you would not find pepperoni pizza. Okay. It doesn't exist, right? Unless they're catering to tourists or something like that. But it doesn't, like Italians don't eat pepperoni pizza. Okay. Doesn't happen. Sorry, I lost one of my Halloween earrings. Okay, so so what we've done is we've taken pizza from Italy, but we've kind of made it ourselves and we blend it together, right? The simple fact, that you guys, if I say to you Dia de los Muertos, right, or you see images like this, you have seen them before. You have an idea of what they are, okay, what they represent, right? That's cultural blending, right? When things from other cultures sort of just become normal and kind of mainstream and we all accept them, et cetera, okay? Cultural blending, right? Okay, so with that, I want us to kind of frame the idea of Dia de los Muertos and how it compares to Halloween. So vamos a contrastar el Halloween, right, con Dia de los Muertos, because you guys, we see like skeletons and stuff like that for Halloween, but it's a different thing for us, right? For us, for Halloween, you're meant to be like scared, right? Dia de los Muertos is not that at all. We're going to see that it's the opposite of being scared, the opposite of being scared. Okay. All right. I have another question. Do we have in the United States, so we know this is called Day of the Dead, right? Dia de los Muertos. Do we have a day in the United States where we are supposed to remember our deceased, like family members? Do we have a day in America where we do that? Okay, good, Bill. Anyone else? Yeah, very good. You guys know this, man. You're good. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we have supposed to be like, well, we have Veterans Day where we remember the veterans, right, who were killed in action, right? But we also have Memorial Day. And for Memorial Day, that's the day we're supposed to like remember our deceased family members. And on Memorial Day, we're supposed to like go to the cemetery and bring flowers or honor our deceased family members in some way, right? We get a 3-day weekend. I think it's like a Monday or Friday or something, right? We get a 3-day weekend. And normally, how do we celebrate Memorial Day weekend? Do you guys know? Do you guys get together with your family for Memorial Day weekend or something? Do you guys celebrate that in any way? A lot of people kind of take it as like almost the beginning of a summer or something, because I think it's the last day in May. Yeah, Kinsley. A lot of people go to the lake. If you have a boat or friends have a boat, you go to the lake or you go to the park and have a picnic or you do something fun, right? Many of us don't go to the cemetery and bring flowers on Memorial Day. We see it as a, ooh, we got a 3-day weekend. Let's go have some fun, right? Well, yes, right. That would be, Trayvon, that would be like for Veterans Day, right? Mm-hmm. Sure. So for Dia de los Muertos, there's a couple of things that we need to be aware of. One is that it is based upon the Catholic Christian calendar. Okay. So that it is a Catholic Christian tradition. Okay. So it's a religious thing. Okay. And because it's a religious thing, there is an entire sort of calendar, yeah, that kind of goes with it. And if I can remember, I have so many resources that I forget where they are. I'm going to try and share the screen with you if I can open it. Let's see. Open. Okay. So there's a whole calendar about Day of the Dead. So it's not really just like the Day of the Dead, right? Okay. And I lost my train of thought. Okay. And so because it's Catholic Christian tradition, right, you guys, that in any country that is traditionally Catholic, okay, any country that is traditionally Catholic has some kind of observance for Dia de los Muertos, for the Day of the Dead. Okay, so you're going to find that in Spain, and you're going to find it in Italy, and you're going to find it in France. Any country that is predominantly or traditionally Catholic, you are going to find Day of the Dead observances. Okay, South America, all over South America. The reason why we talk about Mexico so much in terms of the Day of the Dead is because, number one, we're in North America, and number two, we are in Mexico. It is a huge celebration, like parades all over the country and stuff like that. Okay, so it's a very obvious thing, right? But just know, right, that they have it's based on the Catholic Christian calendar. And so any country, like I said, that is traditionally Catholic Christian is going to have a Day of the Dead kind of a celebration. Okay. All right. So a couple of things I want us to know first. Again, let me make sure I get myself in order here. So take a look. Because you're going to see these, and I want to make sure that you know what they are. Okay. So here's just some quick vocabulary, things that we're going to see, right? So for Day of the Dead, you know, you guys, in Mexico, they build what they call an altar, right? El altar. In memory of your deceased family members. And they do it in the home. And they put things like candles and flowers, and they put like the people's like favorite food or candy or dessert or something like that, you know, to sort of remember and like honor that person. Okay. So they do build what they call an altar, like el altar. We talked about those cempasúchil, those marigold flowers, right? Sometimes they're also called calendulas. So you'll see those all over the markets in Mexico, and on the altars as well. And everything that we put on these altars, you guys, on the altars are called an ofrenda, an offering or a gift, right? To remember the deceased person. Okay. Las ofrendas. Obviously you see a lot of skull references. So a skull is a calavera, una calavera. And then the skeletons are called calacas, las calacas. Okay. So these are all terms that you are going to see. Here are some examples, you guys, of those papeles picados. Okay. And hopefully one day, it's really interesting to watch them being made. Okay. that hopefully one day we can watch a little video about how that's made. Okay. But I want us to draw our attention to this right here, okay? Because we've been talking about cultural blending, okay? So it says, Dia de los Muertos honors the lives of family members and those who have passed with festivals and celebrations, a typically Mexican and Central American custom that combines, okay, here it is, here's the cultural blending, indigenous Aztec rituals with Catholicism or Catholic Christianity brought to the region by Spanish conquistadores. Spanish conquistadores, you guys, are the Spanish explorers. Think about Christopher Columbus, right? And after he arrived, he said, oh, there's something else here. There's something here. And then all of these Spanish explorers came out to colonize what turned out to be the Americas, right? Because originally they were looking for that shortcut to Asia for silk and spices, okay? They didn't know what they had found. When they got here, they found all these Native Americans, the indigenous populations, okay? And colonized, the Spanish colonized them. That's why, you know, they speak Spanish. But they also speak, even to this day, you guys, they still speak, many people still speak their indigenous native language, okay? So the actual Dia de los Muertos is celebrated on November 1st and 2nd. Okay, not Halloween, not the 31st. There's an entire week of preparation up until November 1st and 2nd, okay, with foods and stuff that they make just for that day, just for this week of celebration, okay? All right. So this is huge, you guys. Indigenous Aztec rituals with Catholicism, with Christianity. Okay. All right. So I want to show you some pictures. And then I have some videos for you, okay? Yes. All right. So here are some pictures. You got candles, right? Candelas. You have like a parade, if you will. And you notice, you guys, the cempasúchil flowers that we talked about, okay? They're face painting, right? And it says, Dia de los Muertos, it says that assured that the dead would be insulted by mourning or sadness. Dia de los Muertos celebrates the lives of the deceased with food, drink, parties, and activities that the dead enjoyed in life. Okay? Dia de los Muertos recognizes death as a natural part of the human experience. On Dia de los Muertos, the dead are also a part of the community, awakened from their sleep to share celebrations with their loved ones. Okay, I'm going to take a minute. Let's pause a second. Read what I have underlined. And then I have a question. How is this view of like passing away and that different from, for example, our view that is seen for Halloween? Think about how we celebrate Halloween, not just trick or treat with candy, but think about like haunted houses, decorations, scary movies, right? How is the Mexican view different from our view? Arshad, what do you say? Elijah, Kinsley, Madison? Guys, how is our view of the deceased, right? Yeah, very good. Exactly. Yes, very good. Good thinking, you guys. Yes, Kinsley, boom, boom, drop the mic. Absolutely. Yes. So, for us, you guys are great. Listen, for us for Halloween, we want to be scared. We see like hauntings as maybe like bad thing, like a scary thing, right? Like something to run away from. We celebrate the scary stuff and like that go with death, right? And Halloween and like ghosts coming back, and we're supposed to be afraid of them, right? But for the Mexican thinking, right, it says the dead are also part of the community. Like they want to remember them, they want them there, they want to celebrate, right? It's not a scary thing. It's like a time to be part of the community, to do things together again. Okay, so it's more of a joyous, more of a celebratory thing than what we do for Halloween, right? Okay, you guys see that? Do you think that's odd? Do you have an opinion about that? You think it's cool? Okay, yeah. So again, you guys, the calacas are the skeletons, the calaveras are the skulls, right? And we can see them everywhere and all different kind of silly things with hats and whatever. And we may look at that and go, oh, that's weird, right? But remember, for them, it's like a joyous thing. Look, you got people dancing. It's a joyous thing. It's a joyous time, okay, to try to be together. I mean, the idea that they're still with you, right? Yes, Trayvon, I agree. I agree. Okay. All right. So any questions about that kind of, what is the thinking there, you guys? Okay. All righty. So let me queue up these videos and we'll watch those. But first I have to find them, right? Okay. All right. So let's start with this first one. Okay. Okay, let's listen, please, because you are going to be asked to turn something in. Okay, so listen up, please. Okay.
Like clockwork each autumn, Mexico City's floating gardens and bustling markets explode in a fiery display of orange. The cempasúchil flower, known in the U.S. as the marigold, is seemingly everywhere. Its pungent smells said to guide departed souls back for what's become Mexico's largest public celebration, Día de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead.
I believe the Day of the Dead is the most beautiful tradition of Mexico.
Elena Reigadas is one of Mexico's most renowned chefs. This time of year, she's busy making pan de muerto, or bread of the dead.
How many do you sell on a typical day?
We do a lot. We start to do them in October because really people ask for it. But the day itself, it's crazy.
A traditional sweetbread, pan de muerto is often left on the elaborate ofrendas or altars built to honor deceased loved ones. It's said that no one is really dead as long as they aren't forgotten.
Did you celebrate when you were younger and at home with your family?
Yes, fortunately my mother, she used to do a beautiful altar.
Practiced for centuries in many parts of Latin America, Day of the Dead is a fusion of Roman Catholic and indigenous rituals.
When the Spanish arrived, they actually tried to eliminate what they considered to be pagan altar-making traditions of the indigenous people, but they really couldn't wipe those out because they were so strongly a part of people's culture. So eventually they required the indigenous peoples to move those rituals to November 1st, which is All Saints' Day, and November 2nd, which is All Souls' Day.
Regina Markey traces the holiday's growing popularity on both sides of the border in her book, Day of the Dead in the USA.
Day of the Dead, as we know it today, is a relatively modern creation. Yes, indigenous peoples in Mexico and in Mesoamerica have always had a profound respect and love for their ancestors. But street processions and dressing like skeletons and face painting, really in the past 50 years, you've seen that development.
And while some mark the occasion by dressing up, Dia de los Muertos isn't Mexican Halloween.
A lot of people come from worldwide to see this tradition.
Claudia Curiel de Casa is Mexico City's culture minister. She says this weekend's official parade is a showcase for indigenous groups to present their interpretations of Dia de los Muertos. Millions usually attend.
It always surprises me how we bring the celebration to everything that we do, even remembering our death.
It's part of the cycle of life, death for us. So that's why we celebrate it.
It's Dia de los Muertos. No.
And since Disney's Academy Award-winning 2017 film Coco,
Dia de los Muertos is the one night of the year our ancestors can come visit us.
the holiday is more popular than ever, especially in the United States, where there are more than 37 million Americans of Mexican descent. Now you can decorate your ofrenda at Target or buy your pan de muerto at Costco.
Do you think that takes away from the tradition or that helps to keep it alive?
I believe the beautiful thing is that it's alive.
And we get to share it with everyone.
Yes.
Author Regina Marquis says what makes Dia de los Muertos so appealing is a universal desire to connect with those we've lost and with each other.
Many people feel like there isn't a time or a place where you can publicly celebrate the lives of those people that meant so much to you, that helped shape who you are, who you still love, even though they're no longer physically with us. So this wonderful holiday is a real gift from the people of Mexico.
Okay, so did you guys pick up on anything that reminded you of Native American or indigenous population? Did you guys pick up on anything, like maybe the way they were dressed or what they were doing? Were you able to pluck those out of that video? Some things that were more like Indian. Did you notice the colorful clothes? Did you notice, the feathers, right? The use of like feathers, right? So, yeah, the way they were dressed, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else? They dance. Yeah, they stomp. Oh, that was good. That's the stomping, like kind of dance thing. Yes, absolutely. Right. Anything else? Okay. Yeah, maybe the use of color. Yeah, very good. You guys are good. Okay, so I want to show you something, except I accidentally clicked off of it, but let me pull it back up real fast. Okay. All right, so this is again just for context. Yeah, the face painting, absolutely. Man, you guys are good. Face painting, absolutely. Okay, so just take a look at this real quick, and I want to get your thoughts on it. Okay, so when the Spanish arrived and found the indigenous peoples, right? There were three main empires. The Aztec, the Maya, and the Inca. There were many others, the Olmec and all kinds of others, right? But these were sort of the three main ones. And notice that the Aztec and the Maya, up here, the red and the pink, were in what is today Mexico, right, you guys? And so we can see, if we look at the Aztec art, okay, what do you see about these two particular pieces that maybe remind you of something you could see in those Dia de los Muertos parades that we just saw from the video? What do you see in this, from this Aztec art? This is pre-Spanish, right? That kind of you could see have to do with Dia de los Muertos today. Do you see something? What do you see about these two pieces? Okay. Very good. So the face art, like maybe this kind of thing, these stylized things, the feathers, right? In the back, this dragon idea. Okay, what about, yeah. And what about this guy here? Do you see anything here? Do you think this guy is meant to be alive in this sculpture? What do y'all see? Tell me what you see. There's no right or wrong answer, right? You guys just tell me what you see. In this guy here, do you think he's meant to be alive? Elisha, what do you say? Shamar, what do you see? Yeah, good job. The rib cage. This is supposed to be his rib cage, right? Yes. And then he has like, yes. And then this here, right? Like the whole sort of skull kind of looking thing, right? So this is Aztec. This is the indigenous, right? This is what the Native Americans, right? This is part of their culture. And then we heard in the video that when the Spanish came, who were Catholic Christians, and tried to convert the indigenous peoples to Christianity, they're like, okay, well, you know, we're not going to be able to get rid of all of your Native American ways, but you have to move your celebration to our celebration for the Day of the Dead, which is why it's November 1st and 2nd, based on the Catholic Christian calendar, right? But we saw, you guys, in the parades and stuff, right? We saw a lot of nods to their native culture, okay? This too is Aztec and Mayan. You can see this is what the Spanish may have seen when they arrived, right? Like this one's covered in pieces of jade, okay? So we can see that still carry on today with the calaveras, with the skulls and stuff. And then let's take a look at this, right? This is a cemetery, but a cemetery in Spain. Now, I want us to think a little bit about the altars in Dia de los Muertos, with the ofrendas, with the flowers, with the favorite foods and the bread, the pan de muertos, right? And the stuff like that, they build in Mexico. Well, what do we see in this cemetery, you guys, in Spain? Yes, Bernadette. What do we see here? What do we see? We see what do they have here that we don't see in our cemeteries? Let me put it to you like that. What do you see in this picture? You guys put your ideas in the chat, please. How is this cemetery different from ours? What do you see differently? Okay, so we have the pictures of the people, lots of flowers. What else do we see? Decorations. What kind of decorations? What are we seeing? What is it like? Yes, what is this thing right here? Yeah, candles. And then look, you guys, like we have like these little pedestals that are part of, right, the grave, just for decorating, right? Just for decorating, so that they, you know, everybody has sort of their own, right? And you can decorate them, right? Okay, and then we can see that idea from Spain end up, right, in Dia de los Muertos, you know, in the ofrendas, right, you guys, in the ofrendas. So we see all of these examples of cultural blending, okay? It's that mix of Spanish with the indigenous, with the Native American, okay? All right, any questions about any of that before I put on this next video? Okay. All right, I'm gonna start this next video. Let's see how much time we have, you guys. I lose track. Quarter till. Okay, ooh, we have plenty of time. Okay, good. All right, here we go. So you're watching and you're listening, right? Cultural similarities, differences, because we're gonna look at Halloween here in just a second too. Okay, so let's listen. Let me know if you can't hear.
Cada año. Esto es heredado de muchos años, ¿no? Yo lo heredé de mis tíos, de mis abuelos, de mi papá, y de allí pues yo ya se lo vengo transmitiendo a mis hijos.
El Día de los Muertos creo que es una fecha muy importante para México y especialmente para Oaxaca. Se recuperan las costumbres y las tradiciones.
Empieza desde el día 31. Toda la familia va a alumbrar al panteón toda la noche. El que aguanta se queda toda la noche y no, son varios, llega uno, llega otro y se turnan y hasta que amanece. No, la tumba no se puede quedar sola.
Según las creencias, se abre el umbral y nos vienen a visitar.
Ponemos un caminito de flores, que es para cuando vienen los difuntos.
Y el pan es una ofrenda que nosotros le damos a las almas de nuestros familiares que vienen.
Okay, so check out this cemetery. This is in Mexico. Do you see similarities, you guys, in how they're organized and how they're put together and what they're going to decorate all of this, right? For Dia de los Muertos, okay?
Desde hace años, nuestros ancestros le rendían culto a la muerte. Entonces creo que es una buena manera como le tomamos esa importancia a nuestros difuntos.
But you notice, you guys, they include those cempasúchil flowers, those marigolds, because those are native to America, right? So there's that blending, okay?
Acá en Oaxaca se aprovecha mucho el arte, se hacen pues las muerteadas, las comparsas, se realizan exposiciones. Creo que esto del maquillaje fue creciendo a partir de los indígenas cuando sufrían cierta discriminación.
Make sure you guys caught this.
En exposiciones. Creo que esto del maquillaje fue.
So they're talking about the face painting coming from the indigenous or the Native American women. Okay.
Creciendo a partir de los indígenas cuando sufrían cierta discriminación. Entonces iniciaron maquillándose. Me gusta mucho ver a las personas cuando están maquilladas por mí, porque se siente agradable que a una persona le haya gustado tu trabajo.
¿Cuántos tamales van a hacer? Pues como unos 100, creo, como es grande la familia. Tengo hijas y las hijas me ayudan todas me ayudan a preparar. Y los tamales se hacen el día primero con el mole para darle a los invitados, a las personas que llegan, para poner en el altar. Un poquito de mole, pero poquito. Que sepa, es el único lugar que hacen tamales de frijol para comer con el mole, no se ocupan las tortillas. No sé desde cuándo haya iniciado, yo la he retomado de mis abuelos, de mis papás. Y ahí vamos, así es la costumbre acá.
El oficio o el trabajo de la panadería se viene ejerciendo alrededor de hace unos 80 años, 90 años. Mi abuelito, su papá, fue a la revolución. Su papá le consiguió una persona que le enseñara el oficio de hacer pan para que su hijo no se volviera a ir. Pues él es uno de mis hermanos, agarrando fuerza porque vamos a seguir trabajando.
Entonces este pan de muerto que hacemos es tradicional, tiene un sabor especial, un olor especial, que es el anís que se le pone.
Está probando el pan que hizo. Él no se apena en comer. Se le está enseñando a las nuevas generaciones para no perder esa tradición que viene de generación en generación.
Es una celebración para celebrar en familia, para estar en familia en la casa, para convivir. Pues esto es un legado que nos han dejado los antepasados, no se debe de perder.
Me gusta mucho apoyar con ese granito de arena en estas fechas. Es algo emocionante.
Nosotros siempre buscamos cualquier momento para que haya esa unión.
Y yo les he dicho, ¿no? Cuando yo ya falté, ojalá espero que sigan así, que ellos sigan transmitiendo y que se la transmitan ellos mismos a sus hijos también, para que no se pierda.
Okay, clase. Any thoughts you want to throw in the chat or questions about what we just saw? So to these people, you guys, what does Dia de los Muertos and all of the things, the bread, the tamales, all of that, the being together, what do all of those what does Dia de los Muertos, do you think, like, represent for them? Not only are they remembering their deceased family members, but what about for those people who are alive today? What does it represent for them? Yes, absolutely, Ray. What does it represent, though, for the people that are living today? Did you catch that toward the end of the video? Tradition. Yes, that they will be remembered as well. They want to pass it on to the generations, because remember, you guys, they said, now listen, this is important. They said, you're not really gone, you're not really dead, and if you're not forgotten. So they want to pass it along to their family member. All of these things are time spent baking bread together, togetherness, making tamales together, creating the ofrenda together, the altar with the ofrendas together, right, you guys? All of these things are tradition and unity, I think somebody said in the video, okay? How is that different from Halloween? How is that different from Halloween? It's different from Halloween. Sure. Okay. There is what I would like for you guys to do while I'm trying to get myself in the last. Yes, it's mainly candy. It's mainly you know, although that's fun, you know, costumes, costume parties, you know, things like that, right? Maybe a person likes to go to haunted houses with friends, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But it is a different thing, absolutely. And you're right, there are some things in common, like we decorate and we paint our faces and those kind of things, right? They are in common, okay? Okay, I would like for us to try this. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm hoping it does. So I need for everybody to go to Canvas, please. And when you get there, yes, I agree. I agree. Good comments in the chat, you guys. When you get there, scroll down until you see the Dia de los Muertos module. Okay, give me a thumbs up when you're there. Thank you. So I don't know if this easel is going to work. So click on it. And when it should look like this, and you're going to have to click on this link, and it's this link. I'm not sure if it's going to work. So go ahead and click on it and then let me know. Oh, yay, Bernadette. See mine. Yeah. So does it work for you? Because my problem, it tells me, is as a teacher, right? So it's not going to let me in. So I don't know. Does it work for you? Yes. Bernadette says yes. How about everybody else? Kinsley, Arshad, Nevaeh. Can you sign in? Does it work? Can you actually do it is my question. Because see, I can't see that. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to try to see if I can access it a different way. And then maybe I can go through it with you real quick. Give me a second, see if I can access it a different way. Okay. Okay. So this is not difficult, you guys, not difficult. You have 3 websites here you can use or not. Doesn't matter to me. You have 8 simple questions, right? 6, 7, and 8 are basically just your thoughts. Okay. So we answer the questions. It's like a web quest kind of a thing. And then over here is we are going to, you're going to use the text box. I can't talk. Text tool over here to create your text boxes, right? And you will put, for example, what happens in Dia de los Muertos, what happens for Halloween, and then what is similar for 2. And you guys have said, we've said all kinds of things. We've said face painting. We've said, being with friends and family. We've talked about what's different, celebratory versus scary. We've talked about all of those things. Okay. I do have a website that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to put it in the link, and it's about Halloween, and that'll give you some information, specific information about Halloween. Because we need to not walk around, saying, oh, Dia de los Muertos is just the Mexican Halloween, because we know it's not now, right? We know that. And we need to honor that tradition of Halloween and honor that tradition of Dia de los Muertos as 2 separate things, right? Okay, if you can, take a look at my screen. This is a site to help us. What about Halloween? Okay. And it gives us sort of the origin of Halloween. So I just now put that link in the chat. So if you want to use this link, you don't have to read it. You can just skim it. You can just use this original or this entry, however you want to use this. But this is that link in the chat to help you with the Halloween side of the Venn diagram. Okay. Does that Halloween link open for you? You guys click on it from the chat. Let me know if it opens for you. Yeah, it should be in there in the Bernadette, you say you don't see it? There it is right there. You found it? Okay. Yep. Okay, perfect. I never know what's blocked, you know, you guys, so gotta bear with me here. Okay, so take a few minutes, think about everything we've talked about, think about everything we've seen, yeah? And get that Venn completed, and you're gonna turn it in right on easel. I think it'll let you turn it in there. And then we can finish up with a fun Coco video or something, okay? That I have. Please holler at me if you have a question. I'm gonna take attendance while you guys do that. Hey guys, reach out with any questions, and I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Let me know if you need help. Um, those sites don't work, Shamar? The sites that are listed? Okay, they're not working for you either. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I can do. Give me a second. Can you, okay, can you let me know? If this works for you guys about Dia de los Muertos? I mean, you can jot down anything that you noticed from the video as well, anything that we talked about, right? See if that link opens for you guys, the one I just put in. It's like a slideshow. It does. Okay. So see what you can get from there. Yep, no problem. That's why I kind of like to do these while we're in class together, you know, these kind of sort of other things. So that if you can't access something, you know, at least I can try to help us through it. It's not meant to be hard. We still have 10 minutes left, you guys. Don't feel like you have to hurry to get it. Right? Yeah, and don't forget, we talked about how it's like, their feeling is it's like the strength of their culture, right? The sense of family unity, not only because you're remembering deceased members of your family, but because you're doing things together as a family, right? As you're preparing the altares and all of the ofrendas, the bread, the tamales, the other foods, right? And how does that compare with Halloween, for example, right? And don't forget to think about the origins, right? Like we said that Dia de los Muertos comes from Spain, right? The Catholic calendar. How does that compare with Halloween's origins, right? Or what's similar? When you try to turn this in, well, let me know whether you have success or difficulty. You work in Madison, Kinsley, Elijah? I see some of you have worked almost done with your Venn even. Very good. With your Venn diagram. Okay, Madison, did you try to turn it in? Did you have any troubles turning it in or difficulties I can pass along to others? Was it was easy? Okay. All right, good. Thank you. Okay, if you guys want to pause, I have a really short video from Coco to finish our Dia de los Muertos. I'll share it with you. You can watch, you can listen. You can keep working. All right, here it goes. Great movie.
Dia de los Muertos has begun.
See, a long time ago, there was this family. The papa, he was a musician. He and his family would sing and dance and count their blessings. But he also had a dream to play for the world.
Hey, hold still. Look up, a ver. That is a doorknob. Well, what are you doing?
I'm walking like a skeleton, blending in.
Dia de los Muertos is the one night of the year our ancestors can come visit us. We've put their photos on the ofrenda so their spirits can cross over.
¡Alebrijes! We're your family, mijo. Tía Rosita? Sí. Papá Julio?
Hola.
Tía Victoria?
Never forget how much your family loves you.
All right, Coco. See, is that our time, you guys? Almost. We have about 3 minutes. We have about 3 minutes. So go ahead and finish up. And again, let's kind of make sure that you don't have trouble maybe turning it in. Okay. Or saving it or whatever you need to do. So the big question is Dia de los Muertos the Mexican Halloween? What is our answer, you guys? No. Right. It's not the Mexican Halloween. That's right, Trayvon. And it's happy. It's supposed to be happy, right? All right. Looks like a lot of you were able to finish, which is cool. You did the questions and the Venn. You want to make sure that you submit them in easel. If you are not going to be able to finish today, it's something you can work on later this afternoon. Make sure that you save the links or whatever you need. And tomorrow, of course, you can work on it as well. If you have trouble though, saving it or something, send me a message and I'll try to help you. Okay, clase? Any questions about today? Or what you need to do for today to finish up today? Okay, looks like some of you got to the questions, but not quite the Venn. Some of you did the Venn and not the questions. So whichever, it all works. You guys enjoy, stay safe, right? If you do Halloween stuff, hang out with friends or family, enjoy your evening, okay? Adios. Buenos dias. Adios. Bernadette, that's how we say buenos dias. Que tengan,
Adiós.
que tengan,
Buenos días.
buenos dias. Que tengan un buen día.
Adios.
Adios, you guys. Have a great day. Adios.